Hi yogis, welcome to another cannabis-infused yoga class. I'm happy to be joining you outside today, which will hopefully be a nice little change from your usual practice. For today's class, you'll need 2 yoga blocks and your favorite herb that will feel good to move with. Go ahead and grab your props, your flower, and I'll meet you on the mat. Start off in a comfortable cross-legged seat, maybe sitting on top of one of your blocks. You can be smoking here, or maybe you've smoked already. Wherever you are, let your eyes be closed and soft. Relax your shoulders and your jaw and fully arrive into your practice, not only physically but mentally as well. Today's yoga practice is about embodying patience in our yoga poses, in our observation of ourselves on the mat. It's cultivating patience, which is persistence, calmness, and acceptance. Letting that be at the front of your consciousness for today's practice. Maybe the cannabis you've consumed helps you slow down as well. Draw your awareness to your natural breath. Bring your hands together as a little cup, bringing your pinky fingers and thumbs and the rest of the fingertips spread apart. Inhaling fully. Exhaling, filling up your cup, your hands with your intention. Cultivating patience. Embodying patience. Big inhale. Long exhale. And the hands come back together. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, draw your thumbs towards your heart, chin towards your chest. Inhale, reach your arms up and over, palms touch. Exhale, thumbs towards your heart. Inhale, slowly reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, bring your thumbs towards your heart. Inhale, reach your hands back up, side bend, bring your left hand to the floor, reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhale, rise up, lengthen through your side body. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground down through the left hand and stay here for a breath, letting your ribs face up towards the sky, your right shoulder plugged down, drawing your chin in towards your chest. Push into your left hand, inhale, come up. Exhale, switch sides, right hand to the earth. Find rooting. Maybe you even come down onto your forearms, as long as your left hip stays rooted. Inhale, both hands up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands down towards your knees. Take some seated cat-cows. Inhaling to seated cow, reaching your heart forward, shoulder blades in towards each other. And exhale, rounding your spine, drawing your belly button in, chin towards your chest. Move with your breath, inhaling heart forward, exhaling to round your spine. There's no rush. Maybe you add some circles to that, getting into the hips, leaning forward as you take seated cow, leaning back as you take seated cat. Getting this stretch in your hips and in your lower back and shoulders. It's helping your spine find its natural range of motion. Change the direction of your circles, all the while moving with your breath, all the while moving with persistence, calmness, and acceptance. Slowly find stillness and come to butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees spill open. Then you can take a forward fold, letting your hands rest on your feet or just on the floor. Let your forehead hang out in space or on a block. And breathe. Try not to force yourself into a deep fold here. Be patient as you explore what depths your body wants to go into right now. Inhale, slowly rise, one vertebrae at a time. Close your knees like a book and make your way to tabletop pose on your hands and knees. Reach your right toes back, toes tucked under, and then lift your heel up off of the floor into the sky. Just in line with your hip. You're reaching your right heel back, the top of your head forward, and your belly button's lifting away from the floor. Let your right foot go all the way to the left. Take a look over your left shoulder. Then inhale, pick up that right foot, bring it back to tabletop pose. Switch sides, reach your left toes back, starting on the floor. And then lift up your left leg, your knee facing the earth. Push the floor away with your hands and then reach that left foot all the way across to the right. Look at your right toes. Inhale, come back through to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Hopefully the hamstrings feel nice and open here. Gaze back at your feet. Spiral out through your shoulders. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze in between your hands. Exhale, slowly walk up to the top of your mat. Take a fold over your legs. And as you inhale, slowly roll up one section of your spine at a time for mountain pose. Palms facing forward, shoulders dropping down your back. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, fingertips to the floor or your blocks. Inhale, bend your knees to a squat, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, a little bit faster this time. Gather your intention at the top. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Inhale, reach your hands up and over. Exhale, fold over your legs, pushing your thighs back. Inhale, bend your knees to a deep squat, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs a little bit. Inhale, come up to the top, palms touch, gather your intention. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, squat low, hands up. Exhale, hands to the floor and step the left foot back. Frame your front foot with your hands, gaze forward, shoulders back. Inhale. And bring your left knee to the floor, lizard lunge, walk your right foot off to the side of your mat. Hands can stay on the floor or maybe they come down onto your blocks. Stretching the back of your right thigh, the front of your left thigh. Trying not to force your body into a pose that isn't meant for you. Use your support. And inhale, come up onto your hands. Again, wiggle that right foot in between your palms. Then slide back to plank pose. Your right foot meets your left at the back of the mat. Your hips are low. Keep pushing the floor away. Exhale, low plank or knees, chin, chest. Low plank, lowering your shoulders in line with your elbows. Untuck the toes, come up to upward facing dog. Firm into the tops of your feet. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze up. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Gather your intention at the top. Exhale, thumbs towards your heart. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Reach your hands up to the sky, deep squat. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Let's step the right foot all the way back. Find your lunge. Bend generously into your left knee as you reach back through your right heel. And then set your right knee down onto the earth. Lizard lunge. Both hands on the inside of your left foot. Some people like to turn their left toes out, but see what feels good for you. Maybe elbows down too. Being more concerned about how you go as opposed to how far you go. Inhaling to come up. Walk your left foot back in between your hands. And step back to a plank pose. Nice strong thighs, lifting up towards the sky. Keep them engaged as you lower down halfway, low plank. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog, gaze forward, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big inhale through the nose. Lift up your right heel, three-legged dog. Then exhale, knee to chest, step your right foot in between your hands. Inhaling, high lunge, your hands are on the floor or your blocks. Then exhale to twist, right hand goes up to the sky, left hand stays where it is. Keep pulling your left rib cage towards the right leg. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, come to standing splits. You can use your blocks here. Lift up your left heel, gaze back at your left toes. And exhale, forward fold. Bring your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back, right foot back. Downward facing dog. Root down in your right foot. Inhale, left heel lifts up, three-legged dog. Exhale, slowly step your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Lift up onto your fingertips. Exhale to twist. Keep hugging your left knee in towards you. It's all about the transition here. Pay attention to your movement between poses. And exhale, left hand down. Slowly float to standing splits. Bring your weight to that left leg. Lift your right toes off of the mat. Gaze back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rest your chest on your thighs. Inhale, come up, reach up, gather your intention. Exhale, thumbs towards your heart. Pausing here. Feeling maybe your heart race a little bit. Not doing anything to change it, just observing as you stand strong as a mountain. Check in with your high. How is it showing up? Sometimes when it's physical, it's like bubbling right underneath the surface of your skin. When it's more mental, it can show up as thoughts coming in and out of the mind. Just notice without needing to change anything. Letting this plant medicine be a source of deep awareness. On your inhale, reach your hands up, gather your intention, your patience. Exhale, hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, deep squat, hands up to the sky. And exhale, bring your palms together, hands to heart center. So we're taking a twisting chair. Turn over towards your left leg. Bring your right elbow either onto the outside of your left knee or on top of your left thigh. Bend your knees a little bit more. Shift your weight back into your heels. And you might make a fist out of that right hand, pushing your left palm into your right fist. Gaze down at your feet. As you press your left knee into your elbow, lift up your right toes off of the floor, balancing on that left leg. Slowly step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat to come to a twisting lunge. So maybe your palms stay as they are, or you're welcome to bring your right hand down onto the floor on the inside of your left leg. Exhale, left hand down, straighten through that left leg and take triangle pose. So you can bring your right hand to your right hip just to get your balance. Your left hand can be on the outside of your left leg or on the inside. It's really up to how long your arm is. And reach your right hand up to the sky. Turning your left rib cage through towards the right. So your chest is facing the right side rather than the floor. Slowly bring that right hand down, bend into your left knee, high lunge, and step back to downward facing dog. And let's take our vinyasa a little bit differently. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose, and exhale, low plank, elbows in line with the shoulders. Untuck the toes to come to upward facing dog, engage your core, and let's come back to low plank, tucking the toes, hugging the elbows in. Then inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze up. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat, forward fold. Stay there for a little bit. Feel the effects of that high to low plank, that little funky flow. And then slowly come up, hands all the way up, outstretched to the sky. Gather your intention and exhale, thumbs towards the heart. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, deep squat, bend your knees, hands up to the sky. Then exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart, twisting towards the right leg this time. Make sure your right knee doesn't sneak back in space. If it does, just push it forward so that your right and left knee are in line with each other. Bring your weight into your right foot. Maybe look at your right foot too. Lift up your left toes. Send your left foot to the back of your mat. And your right knee and your elbow are pushing in towards one another. Or you're welcome to bring your left hand to the floor. It's about how we go, not how far we go. Remembering to embody patience, which is persistence, acceptance, and calmness, all wrapped up in one. Release that right hand down. Straighten through your right knee and take triangle pose. Sending your left hand up to the sky, squeezing your thighs in towards one another, and imagine you have a wall behind you that you're pressing into. There's barely any weight in that right hand. Your left ribs are lifting up towards the sky. Let your left hand come down to a lunge and step back down dog. Inhale to shift forward to plank pose, strong arms. Exhale, low plank. You can keep the toes tucked as you inhale to upward facing dog. Then exhale, low plank again. Inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale, down dog. Cleansing breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, pyramid pose. Step your right foot in between your hands. Step your left foot in until your heel touches the floor. And bring your blocks underneath your hands. Option to do that. Keep drawing your right hip back and left hip forward. And then turn your left toes out towards the long edge of your mat. Let's take half moon pose, sliding your block in front of your right foot and bring your weight into that right leg as you lift your left leg up. Just like triangle pose, your rib cage, your left ribs are lifting up to the sky and barely any weight in your right hand. Maybe your left hand reaches up to the sky. Slowly bring your left hand down to the floor. Your left foot releases to the back of your mat and so does your knee. Let's take a little modified side plank. Bring your right foot to the back of your mat. Bring all of your weight into your left hand and your left knee. Your right hand goes up to the sky. Send your hips forward and let your heart lift up to the sky. Take a back bend, a wild thing on your knee. Your head hangs back. As you exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Let's stretch that left side. Inhale, left heel lifts. And then exhale, hands. Frame your left foot for pyramid pose. You're always welcome to bend your front knee. You never want to stretch your knee or overstrain it, so find a comfortable medium. Rounding your spine, drawing your chin towards your chest. Inhaling to lift up and transition to half moon pose. Bring a block underneath your left hand. Bring your weight into your left toes and your toes stay pointing to the front of your mat, the short edge. Lift up your right heel, flexing your toes. And maybe your hand goes up to the sky. Imagine you had support behind you. Your belly button draws in towards your spine. Slowly transition out, bringing your right hand down to the floor and bringing your right toes down. Then your knee down. Modified side plank. So you're balancing on your right knee. Send your left arm up and over. Shine your heart up to the sky. Wild thing. And exhale to downward facing dog. Last vinyasa. Inhaling to shift forward slowly. Exhale, low plank. Keep the toes tucked as you inhale. Upward facing dog. Then exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Child's pose. Sinking your hips down towards your heels. Surrendering after all of that movement. Thread the needle in child's pose. Reach your right arm underneath your left armpit. You can keep your right ear on the floor or your forehead down. Coming back through to child's pose. And then threading the needle with the left shoulder on the floor. Threading through to the right. Giving your shoulders a juicy stretch after all of those high to low planks. Slowly release that thread the needle. Press into the floor. And make your way onto your back. Reach your arms out to the side, scoot your hips to the right, cross your right knee over your left. Maybe you wrap your right foot all the way behind your left calf. And then take eagle twist. Let both knees drop to the left. Maybe your knees rest on top of your blocks. And you gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring your knees up. Unwrap the legs, move your hips to the left. And reset your eagle pose. Maybe you take a full wind of the legs behind your calf. And then let both knees drop to the right. Less is often more here. Bring the knees back up. Unwind the legs, bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug and squeeze. Kiss your knees. Thanking your body for carrying you through this practice. And slowly release to Savasana pose, extending your legs, letting your hands rest by your sides. Surrendering your body to whatever is underneath you. Letting your breath rise and fall naturally. No need to make it bigger than it is. Staying in Savasana pose for as long as you'd like, and avoiding the urge to rush out of your practice into the next thing. When you feel like exiting your practice, take 5 more breaths. Embody patience so that it can spill off of your mat into your day, affecting not only you but anyone who comes into contact with you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.